As the final buzzer sounded on the Pistons' 2023 season, two die-hard fans, Mickey and Harry, each passed out and witnessed a vision. They were visited by Detroit's very own mascot, Hooper, the stallion ablaze, who told them the only way the Pistons would ever win a championship again was if these two men started a podcast. To be clear, they said, do we really have to do this? I mean, aren't there enough Pistons podcasts already? It seems like this might be overkill. But Hooper dunked on them, right in their face, and said, your team needs you. He presented them with a prophecy. Now it is their duty to help Detroit rise again and become champions. The Order of the Blazing Horse. What up, doe, and welcome to the show. Welcome to The Order, another episode of The Order of the Blazing Horse, the only Detroit Pistons podcast based on a mystical prophecy. I am one of those prophets touched by a horse in a very appropriate way, in a very consensual way, in a very winning and predictive way from Hooper. So, just chill on that whole thing out here in the Metro Detroit area, joined as always, but for the first time right here, by my co-prop with the most, now on the Midwest Coast, the best coast, some would say. What up, doe?
What up, doe? Mickey Jacobs here in Ipsy or wherever.
Oh, who knows?
Oopsie. We're somewhere.
We're in Oopsie.
We're in Oopsie.
Oopsalania.
Yeah. With some thereabouts. Could not be happier to be here with you. IRL OOBH. Harry, how the hell are you, man?
I'm doing pretty good, man. It's like really nice having you here. It's really nice showing you my setup, my pad.
It's incredible. You got to take my word for it, but it's really an amazing setup.
You got to hold a chicken today?
I held a chicken.
Is that the first time you ever held a chicken?
No. Oh. No, it's not.
Okay, give me your earlier chicken story.
Well, I recently within the past year or so, I held a turkey.
Oh,
so I'm sure I've held foul.
You've held foul,
yeah. Dude, I hold foul.
You're also known to hold a turkey in the bowling lanes all the time.
Sometimes,
right? Sometimes.
Little gobble action.
My man's knocking him down. I just set him up out here, but it's I'm doing pretty good. Our other buddy Corbin is in town. He's visiting his parents. He's been here for about a week. We've been putting the disc golf work in, hitting all the courses. It's been great. I've been embarrassing him on the courts. Sorry there, Corbin. And I know it's not the courts, it's the courses, but like disc golf, dude, outside of basketball, disc golf is just the best.
He's got a basket in his backyard. He's got That's how you know he's serious.
You know how serious it is? I bought pants to look like a professional while playing disc golf.
And a top.
And a top, yeah. Shout out to Hybrid disc, or it's not even disc, Hybrid Golf Co. They have great gear. Check them out. The shirts are awesome, like very high quality.
They're pretty sick.
Really dig it. Dude, make a commercial for them if you want to support. Watch the commercial, but
it's
also,
good.
Just buy something. Just buy some stuff from them. The quality is incredible. Mickey, how are you doing? How's it to be back in town, man?
It's really good. I've been hanging out with my baby niece, and she's really cute. I had met her before when she was like a little baby infant.
Okay.
She didn't remember that.
Yeah,
a little
of course.
rude. And she's still warming up to me. She's still like, just like not sure about me. Like, she like lights up whenever my parents or my sister and her husband enter the room, but she's still like a little wary of me. And I'm like, how does she know?
How old are we talking here?
She will be 1 in September.
Oh, so she's giving you the eye. A lot of the...
Yeah, or like will cry.
Oh.
She'll cry. I'm like bringing her to tears just by being me. And it's like, how is she such a good judge of character already?
She clearly doesn't know. Because you're the nicest guy on the planet. Literally everybody who's on her podcast says that you're the best guest. You're the nicest host. You're the nicest person. Everybody I've introduced is like, God damn, Mickey is great. And that's true. Mickey is a great guy, and I'm just so happy to have you here.
I'm so glad to be here. She'll come around eventually. Yeah, she picks up on vibes though. She picks up. She knows I've got malice in my heart. I've got malice
at the palace in your heart.
In my heart, I do. By the way, I'm wearing this tank, and I'm acutely aware there are two types of Jews. There are Jews with hair, and there are Jews that are bare.
Bare, yeah.
Look at this guy.
I'm for sure the bare
Silky
Jew.
smooth. Yeah, the P-A-R-E.
The bare Jew. Shout out to Inglorious Bastards. But like I've wanted facial hair and I've wanted chest hair. My wife is so happy I don't have chest hair. She hates chest hair. But like I've wanted to be a hairy guy because I was super into if you don't know this, Mickey, I like to tell people I'm a reformed bro. Like I'm a bro of the past. But I was so into like the hyper masculine image, like cowboy boots, leather jackets, working out, being buff. I wanted to be that guy, not like a problematic guy, but I like the whole macho. I owned a motorcycle. I had a couple motorcycles, actually folded one in half on Santa Monica Boulevard. I'll tell you that story another time off air. Wear a helmet. Helmet saved my life, like without a doubt. Abridged version of the story. A woman or a man. I don't want to like gender identify this person, but like this person.
It was someone. It was someone.
This person was in the left turn lane. They decided to be all the way in the right turn lane. When I was 30 feet behind them, didn't turn on a turn signal. Took up 2 lanes, their car, and then just stopped. My motorcycle, hit the back of it, folded in half. I flew over their car, landed face first, spread out in the intersection, and just laid there for like 5 minutes because I was freaking out. I was like, did something break?
You're like in shock.
Yeah. And I also wanted her to think I was dead.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you just killed me. Did get up. Someone was watching. I called the police. Also, make sure you have your motorcycle license if you're going to ride a motorcycle, because I had to get out of there at that point.
No shit.
Yes,
you were unlicensed?
Yeah.
God, you couldn't even you couldn't even extort this woman.
No.
You didn't even, that's a shame.
Could not. I was
or man, or whoever it was.
Who knows?
Who's to say?
Who knows?
We didn't disclose.
But like, I was on a work run. I was trying to get something done for a work run. And when I got back, they were like, what happened? And I told them, they're like, you're fired.
No way.
I got fired a couple days later.
You were a runner?
Yeah. I was a PA for a movie trailer house. It was my first LA job. And I hated it. I hated being a PA. Being a PA sucks.
I've crashed a car as a PA.
Yeah, have you?
Yeah, I have. On Ventura Boulevard.
On Ventura?
Yeah.
Ooh, Mad Dangerous.
Yeah.
Tell me the story.
I was getting lunch from the Great Greek.
Okay.
And it was my fault. I was like parked and I like looked. It's like fully clear. Decided to pull a U-E like across 4 lanes of Ventura, and some guy pulled out right as I was doing that, and we just like hit the back of his car, collided with the front of my car. But I do have to say, every person I know in LA who has a motorcycle has been in a motorcycle accident.
Yeah.
But that's macho, bro.
Yeah,
that's fucking
so macho.
Yeah.
And now I just get tattoos. That's how you macho out. And
He's
also,
got great work though.
Thank you.
He's got good ink.
I get good ink. I get inked up. Shout out to Tony C. He's my guy. But I wanted to say, if you're in Michigan and you're like doing a U-turn, that's crazy. U-turn is legal in California, and in LA it happens.
The coast was clear when
time.
I started it, but and like you just know, Greek salad dressing all over the inside of my car after that.
That's like the worst kind too.
No, it was
so
slick. I did not get fired, but
congratulations.
But it was
your job.
I was rattled. I came back, a little shook up.
Hey, that's life. That's life as a PA. It's a dangerous life. A YouTube user wants to know if we shot hoops together. Let's do it. I've got a hoop in my car.
We can.
You want us to get some footage? We'll get some footage for the TikTok. We'll do a little free throw action.
Yeah, we'll take some form shots. I'm really trash. I'm big trash.
No. Big trash is a great basketball nickname, by the way.
Yeah, or like slightly smaller than average trash. That's that.
I'm done with that.
It's a little clunky.
I like a little slightly smaller than average trash. We can give that an acronym, right? SSTAT. Stat. He's the stat
man.
Yeah.
Don't check the box score. Don't check the box
check
score.
the stats. Yeah. That's it. I did clear out all the poison ivy in the area, so we should be good to go.
After suffering from some poison ivy.
I've been poison ivied up for like the last 3 weeks. Poison ivy, and like I also emptied out all the sand in my chicken coop. So like just
that chicken sand.
Yeah, that's bad stuff.
It's different.
Yeah, I got the itch for chicken sand, but we here at the Order have the itch to talk about basketball, Summer
baby.
League basketball.
Summer League. Boys of Summer League now.
Boys of Summer League. Wet Hot American, or Wet Hot Detroit Summer League, if you will. We both have Wet Hot American summer experience.
We do.
We met through that company.
That's very much the case, yeah.
So Summer League's done. I think for the Pistons right now, it's officially done. They finished 3-1. Their lone losses to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Their other 3 games, they just today beat the Heat by 20 points. Ascend, let's go! Let's go! Thanks for showing up. They beat the New York Knicks, and the second game was against who?
Oh God, was it the Blazers?
That sounds fine.
Was it?
Sure, why not?
Why don't I know?
Here's what I do know: Ron Holland is too good for Summer League.
Ooh, fully as if we weren't Ron pilled before.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's so exciting. What you had the stats up, I think across 3 games. I remember this one. He went 7 of 15 from deep.
Yep, 46.7% from 3, 7-15 from deep. 76.9 from the line, 20 of 26. That's pretty damn good. 21.7 points per game, 6 rebounds per game, 4 steals per game. The guy is sensational.
He's legit.
And I want to first, let's get to the shooting, because that's the part all year or I guess all off season so far, we've been like, the big question is, if Ron can shoot, does any of this other stuff really matter? We need either Ron or Sarr to shoot. If Ron can shoot, does it matter? Remember last year in Summer League when Ivy shot 40% from 3 and we were like, is this real? And then during the season,
30 games, 40.9% from 3.
It was real.
Seemed pretty real. Seemed pretty real to me.
Real.
Yeah.
If Ron is shooting, I don't care if it's 46.7%. If he's shooting over 35% from 3, good. Sensational. Yeah. Then I'm sorry, Ivy. I'm sorry, Duran. I'm sorry, Asar. Ron is going to get the next big stack of money.
Knocking at the door, baby. He's sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. I'm just like really excited. What I can see from without overreacting to Summer League, I can see a world in which Ron Holland's play is demanding more minutes, just like starting off the bench, getting like 5 more minutes than what did he get last season?
I think it was like somewhere between 11 to 16 minutes a game.
Yeah, so if he's getting like 20 minutes and starting to look like, kind of how Duran was initially, where it was like, all right, we'll see how he's off the bench. It's like, all right, he's starting by halfway through the season.
That's so crazy.
It's crazy.
I forgot about that rookie season for Duran.
I could see it with Ron. I mean, I'm not saying it's like 100% going to happen, and like competition amongst our young guys, like good problem to have.
Oh yeah, so great. And like everyone was upset because the free agent signings were underwhelming. I disagree. Zach Lowe also disagrees. You should check out his podcast. He talks about it. He talks about the Pistons doing a great job with Caris LeVert and Duncan Robinson, and essentially Ivy being the Schroeder replacement. Like all good stuff. But like, if we get development out of these young guys, if you get Ivy back, like if Ron's shooting is like this, if his finishing stays as good as it did at the end of last year,
averaging 4 steals per game.
The defense is already sensational. The kid's got size, 6'9", and he just turned 20. He still can't drink.
It's gonna fill out.
He's gonna be a beefy boy.
Yeah,
he's gonna be beef too. That's my guess.
Whoa,
we got beef stew,
beef stew. And one apparently Asar's all yoked up too. So that meme.
I forgot about that.
Pretty good.
Yoked Asar, but like the shooting looks for real. It looks like Fred Vinson was maybe the best signing that Trajan has done as a GM. Like bringing him over here has made such huge waves, like such huge waves. You have to assume that's what's going on. And I want to say the thing that really stood out about Ron, outside of him just looking like a superior player to literally everybody on the court when he was there, talk about 2 things. In the first game, it was immediately apparent. His playmaking, like his dishing off to people on
lobs
his drives,
and stuff,
his lobs, like he was looking to dish, and he was doing it successfully. He's just hitting it to guys who weren't finishing, which is fine. Imagine him doing that to Asar. Imagine him doing that to Duran. Imagine him kicking it out to Ivy or Cade or fucking Tobias. Like at this point, if they're like playing together, this kid can be the real friggin' deal.
Yeah,
that's exciting.
It is, and it's got to be so vindicating for Trage to like have picked this guy that some people were like, I don't know.
Me.
Yeah, a lot of people. I mean, he's another project who like at the time of his draft couldn't shoot. But the upside was high, and I think we're just starting to scratch the surface of that. He earned minutes, and like he was in the rotation in the playoffs for a little bit. He fell out of it, but just like makes plays.
Yeah.
Like, and he's such a gamer, and he's just got, as Trajan was talking about, like an intensity that you really can't teach.
Yeah.
It's super exciting with Ron, and like there's sky's the limit for him, and I don't want to overreact, but he stood out for sure.
It's nice. It's nice to see a guy like that with confidence galore, who had questions about like his ball handling, his playmaking, his decision making coming in to the team last year, just kind of tearing it up, like truly tearing it up, and from all over, finishing at the rim, getting fouls. Like,
yeah.
Let's take again 26 free throws through 3 games. That's over 8 free throw attempts a game. Like, that's good.
Yeah.
That's real.
And
good.
Ivy was doing that kind of stuff too, like just like attacking the rim in a way where like there's no way to stop him, but other than reaching or like just hitting him.
Right, and no shade to Ivy, but Ron's a better finisher. It's just
Ron's a better finisher than like most people on the team.
It's
like,
it's truly nuts how good he is at that. I know he got a lot of fouls, but that's what Summer League is all about. Is like getting fouls. You get 10 fouls a game, and that allows you to play physical. So that's fine. That putback slam he had in that New York game over sick. 2 people, where he dabbed up Cade and like chest bumped Duren afterward. Like, this dude, the young core for the Pistons is so fucking exciting, and I can't believe that Ron might be like the second most exciting offensive player in that group. Like, this is a thrill. And the thing I wanted to point out, because I don't know if anyone else is talking about this. I haven't heard this anywhere. I can't believe no one's brought this up. In the interview that they were doing with Trajan Langdon, you know, Trajan doesn't say all that much that we don't already know, right? He keeps stuff pretty close to the chest. When he was talking about Ron, when he asked what he sees for Ron, he's like, is this the vision you see for, the guy's like, is this vision you see for Ron? He said, yeah, we're expecting like this kind of growth into this development, and we're really hoping he can be a secondary ball handler. Like, we keep talking about getting a backup point guard, like getting more ball handlers on the team. Expecting Ron to be a secondary ball handler, secondary playmaker, and him showing it. That's what we asked him to do. That's why he's passing the ball more. That's why he's not just driving and slamming. That's why he's looking for this stuff. We're seeing him go for it. We're seeing him grow in that department. Could that be your shooting guard 2 of the future if the Ivy situation doesn't work out? Or, again, 6'9". Does that mean you have 6'6" Cade, 6'4" Ivy, 6'6" Asar, 6'4" Ron, 6'11" Rippling muscles, just juiced out.
Just fully, just sweat dripping down the contours of his just carved from marble body.
Tributaries of moisture going into the depths of the valley.
Hot just thinking about it right now.
It is also very hot up here.
Muscles on his yeah, but that's not why.
Right, it's not why. It's not why. It's the big JD. But like that, I get people are like, Ron's not a 4, Asar's like not a 4. We want Asar to be playing defense and the best perimeter guy. If Ron is 6'9" and puts on, again, if he puts on 10 more pounds, you're telling me he can't play defense on a 4? Or like, you can't have him imagine if him and Ivy are on the perimeter, you can't have like Cade kind of bodying up like a nobody's who gives a shit 4 just a little bit. Like the defense could be sensational.
Yeah.
And do you want to talk about like another player in Summer League, or do you want to talk about just like the general vibes of the team?
Well, right now I just want to react to some of the stuff you said because yeah, I think Ron, like when you talk about like a secondary ball handler, like the names that come to mind, like forget like position, because it's sort of, these guys are big and strong and they can do a lot of things and drive. But I think of some Jalen's. I think of Jaylen Brown. Yes. I think of Jalen Williams.
Yes.
Those are the 2 that come to mind. And like you brought up too, just how some people were underwhelmed with the off season and the acquisitions that Trajan made. Not Zach Lowe, not you, not me. But what I do think, and we talked about it with Mitch a little bit last week, was no, we did not like add another piece to the young core. Like we didn't add like a Gnaw, and like as much as you want, or like even a Laravia, you know, because those guys could have been guys that grow with this team. But I think like there's still questions to answer. Like I think that would have been preemptive, and it's kind of like the grass is greener, or the grass is where you water it. You know, like greener where you water it. We're like, yeah, let's see what Ron's got. Let's see what Ivy's got. Let's see what Duren's got. Like I have talked, I think, like in recent weeks about how I still don't know about Ivy and like the turnovers, while Cade is also a turnover prone guard. Like that worries me a little bit. But Ivy, I went into last season feeling that way about Ivy, and he just like continued to impress me.
Yes.
And just like every time I watch him, I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
He is better. He is doing things that I like didn't expect him to do as consistently as he was doing them. And the turnovers were still high, but he was averaging like 18, 4, and 4. We can work with that.
Yes.
Like that was just like in the first third
30,
of the season, like across a handful of games. Like I'm so excited, and like the fact finding portion of this season, like from now until the deadline, are gonna be so fun and so exciting. And like whether our record is as good as it was last season or not, like it's gonna be exciting.
I'm right there with you. I'm so excited. I do think Ivy's turnovers are going to get better. I think they're going to start out like kind of bad, but I think as the season progresses, it will. And I feel like I keep blocking your face because my hand's in this camera. Sorry if I've done that a whole bunch of time. I actually love this face. I love this facial hair. I love the chest.
There's a lot of it. There's a lot of it. Yeah, no shortage.
Hair and bear.
There we go.
Who's who? But I'm just excited to see this young team grow, and I'm excited to see them not bring in someone to steal minutes from this young core that we have here. Like, and the other thing that Zach Lowe mentioned, in that we have to like keep hammering on, this team possesses all their picks moving forward. Mm-hmm. All of them. They have all their future first round picks. They have a boatload of second round picks. Like just so many. And I almost think it's kind of important for them not to trade them away. Just hold on to them, because if you pay Ron, if you have to pay Ivy and Duran, and if you pay Asar, you're going to need some cheap guys, like, as this goes on, and then you can keep developing cheap guys through the draft. And, like, maybe those draft picks will be, like, in the 20, but maybe you get somebody who's a little bit older. Like, I like Nick Clifford a lot in this last draft class. He got drafted by the Sacramento Kings. We'll see how he does, but he seems like a type of rotational wing that you can have going on. If that's the type of player you're getting in the draft when you're, like, a good team and you get them on the rookie scale in the 20s, that's good budgeting for your team. So I want them to keep developing the young guys they have, pay these young guys, hopefully extend Duran and Ivy before Ivy gets too expensive. I don't think Duran's going to get much more expensive than all that. And, like, all the money coming in right now is, like, not over. I mean, Bradley Beal took the buyout and then took an $11 million 2-year deal with the Clippers.
The vintage Clips, just they just love
vintages, right?
They have a lot of good players right now.
They
though.
do.
They're a very. I'm like, that'll be interesting.
They're a good team.
They were good last season.
They were good last season.
And now they have John Collins and Bradley Beal, and I mean Chris Dunn was really good for them.
Yes, he was. I mean, they still have Zubats. Kawhi, we'll see. They don't have Paul George anymore. Apparently, no one has Paul George anymore because he's injured again. Like, he's going through another surgery. So I'm sure Philly fans are feeling pretty great about that. But let's pivot back to the Pistons, and we're talking about like some of the young guys they got. Another young guy they have that we didn't get to see much of last year up until the last game of the season or so is Bobi Klintman. And we'll talk a little bit about his, I guess, performance so far. Like today's game, he put up 20 points, 4 rebounds, an assist, 2 steals, a block, shot 3 threes, shot 67% from the floor or 63% from the floor. He had a good game today in their schponking of Miami. I have been impressed with his passing. I think everyone's been impressed with his passing.
No question.
It looks great. I know you have doubts about the rest of his game, though. So, Mickey, lay me in.
I do, and I'm excited to disagree with you about something because we have the tendency to be a little bit of an echo chamber over at the Order. But yeah, I think he showed out in this last game. I admittedly didn't see it, but just looking at the box score and his efficiency, it looks really good. It is game 4 of Summer League when like the Ron Hollands of the world are out.
Sure.
In the games that I watched him, I don't know that he quite looks like an NBA player at the moment. And the thing that concerns, first of all, I love Karis LeVert. I love Duncan Robinson. And I also was just going to say, I think it puts us in such a flexible position to either, I think they both do a lot of great things. I think Duncan's going to get the Cade bump.
Oh, yeah.
I think Karis is going to do well because I think he's actually going to have usage. And I've heard that he does better when he actually gets consistent minutes as opposed to when he's like, his role is uncertain. Like, he's going to be the 6th man.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Like for sure. So I'm excited about those. Those are also movable contracts that could be paired with picks or young guys at either this deadline or the next deadline or at the end of the season. Like, we weren't really in a position before, unless we were going to trade Tobias, which we're not going to do.
Which, I mean, this year especially.
Right, but like we weren't going to do it. Like, we weren't going to do it in the off season. Like, by all accounts, like, Tobias is beloved in Detroit. So I love the flexibility of it all, but I am, and like, we still have 2 roster slots. Training camp isn't until late September. I am worried about the 4 position. My feeling about Bobi is that he is a little slow. I think the shot looked good in like a game or 2 of summer league, but it looks a little rushed. Mitch was talking about how he watched a lot of G League games and he said he doesn't set his feet a lot. I see that. I think passing's a good swing skill, and he reads passing lanes really well and like gets steals. But I was worried about the defense, like the on-ball defense. I think as Bryce called it, like a bit of a mixed bag.
Yeah.
And we were talking about this. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but you were like,
I'll take it back out.
He's a backup 4. He'd be a backup 4. You know who else is a backup 4? Obi Toppin. I don't think Bobi Klintman is guarding Obi Toppin. I don't think he can really handle it. I don't think he can handle Jonathan Isaac. Like, I think they would cook him. And as a lot of panicked Pistons fans on all sorts of social media platforms have expressed, what if Tobias gets hurt? And
right.
Like, could Ron play minutes at the 4? Sure. But he's not Jalen Duren level yoked yet.
He's not. But he's big.
He is big.
He's big.
He's tall.
Yeah.
He's tall, but in the chat, if you were surprised to learn that Ron Holland is 6'8", 6'9", let us know, because I was. I think you were too a little bit.
I was kind of shocked. I thought he was 6'7". I was like, 6'9"? What?
Yeah, that's big. But go ahead. Give me why, if going into the season our backup 4 is Bobi Klintman, tell me why you're down with that.
Okay. First, I want to give a shout out to YouTube user Kings #1, or like Crown #1. Welcome back to the show. I remember you were here last time. They said Portland has Dame again, which, by the way, real quick, I love. I love that
cool.
Dame went back. I think it's so great to go to a city that you are a legend in, that you want to be in, and for you to like potentially finish your career. That's very great.
With like a cool like smattering of young players and vets, like, and he can do like some, but not too much, and have the season to recover. Like, that's fun.
It's a great story. And they say, I don't think Bobi has much offensively. He's a connective piece at best. If he can be a plus defender, he's an NBA level backup. If not, he's going to EU. Mark Carey says Asar is a more natural power forward body than Ron. So and also welcome Mark. Oh, we have ASEN Crown #2. I don't know what the crown. I gotta look what the crowns mean. Sorry, I'm not a great
tell us
YouTube
tell
guy.
us what the crown mean. It looks cool. It looks cool in the chat.
It does look cool. Asen says, I thought he was a little shorter. Yeah, I had to look that up. LOL. Shout out to the LOL. So I do agree that Asar has like the more 4 body, but I just think he has the more 4 essentially offensive skill set on there. I just feel like when I watched Ron play defense, #3. Thanks, Mark. We got these 3 crowns, 1, 2, and 3. When I watched
3 kings,
3 kings of whatever that song is for Christmas. I only know like the smoking on a rubber cigar. It was loaded, it finally exploded, and that's just how we are. You know this song?
I was thinking the George Clooney movie or
classic.
Other stupid references that I was gonna make, but
I see. Crowns are just telling you who's interacting the most. Well, we know who's interacting the most.
Yeah, that's well deserved.
Thank you so much.
Go off, Kings.
We're calling you the 3 Kings regardless.
3 Kings.
Shout out. But my thoughts on Bobi are: who's our backup 4 last year? Simone Fontecchio.
Yeah,
he was our backup 4. He did what? Shot bad from 3. Drove poorly. Really turned it over constantly. Sorry, Simone. Like, I liked you a couple years ago. Your play was rough last year. Mark moving up to #2. But like we're frustrated with it. But it wasn't like he was costing us games or anything. And when he was out there, it was like, okay, so he's getting rebounds. That's important.
Bobi's bigger than Simone too, isn't he?
He is bigger, and Bobi rebounds the ball. Bobi rebounds. He has the ability to shoot 3. I know the 3 shot hasn't looked like great, and you were talking about the feet thing, but we were just praising Fred Vinson. Like, if Bobi keeps working with Fred Vinson, like, maybe that's a fixable thing on a skill set that he already essentially has. It's a small.
I'm not like worried about Bobi's shooting long term.
Okay, so you're not worried about his shooting. Can't be worried about his defense. The passing is not his defense. Sorry, his rebound.
Yeah.
Sorry, I spoke fast. The passing is sensational. Like, it's really it's really a plus, more than a plus. It's like a super plus skill. He's a tall guy. So the defense is the question, and it's like a mixed bag. When I watched Summer League, all the emphasis on this team was play defense.
play defense super hard. Watching across the board, that was like the main point of plan for this team. It's like, hey, we're a defensive identity team, both in the pros and in the G League.
That was so cool to see.
Right?
Like that was you absolutely felt that vibe.
Right. They brought it. They're forcing turnovers like crazy.
Yeah.
All the players are buying in. Daniss looks fucking sick as a defender.
We got to get to that.
We'll get to that. But like even Chaz is like trying to put emphasis on it. He's like a mixed bag too. Like it's a learning thing. We'll talk about Chaz a little bit later as well. Ziegler's like a pretty damn good defender for a pretty little guy. But like I felt everybody was there in the defensive mindset. And if you're buying in defensively and you're trying defensively, we saw what it took Duran to do. Like it took him a season of like trying to get there, and eventually it happened. We're watching it with Ivy. People still think Ivy's a bad defender, but he's improving. Defense takes time and it takes communication. Like I get that he's a little slow like on defense, but the same can be said about Tobias Harris. The same could be said about Simone Fontecchio. And when we're talking about a guy who's playing maybe 10 minutes a game in the backup 4 slot, who's also got Beef Stew playing alongside him to protect the rim, who's also got Ron Holland there, 6'9", right next to him, and now with fucking Karis LeVert also on the court, like I don't need his defense to be sensational. I need him to try on defense. And it's not like he's not Malik Beasley on defense. He's not Tim Hardaway Jr. on defense. This is a tall guy who tries, who makes plays, gets steals, gets blocked. So as long as he's rebounding, passing the ball well, shooting threes, we got to remember, like, he's played pro ball in Europe. He has experience doing that. We're talking about 10, 11 minutes a game. Let's fucking see. Like, do we really want Trey Lyles or Chris Boucher, who are both like, oh, I guess they're fine, but like, how much better? Do you think they're that much better? I know we talked about it a little bit. Am I winning you over a little bit here?
You are making a good point, and I'm processing things that the chat are saying, and I'm thinking about some. So first of all, you make a good point, and like I think there's defensive depth on the bench right now between Karis, Ron, and Stu. Like that's a nice like 3-player like defensive spread. Everyone's talking about how Asar makes more sense as a 4. And I think that's true, but I also don't want Asar guarding the 4s. I want Asar guarding like the Jalen Brunsons of the world, the best guard, the best player or the best guard.
Right.
But and I was like, okay, so yeah, who's gonna guard like the 4? Who, like, if Tobias is out? And the answer, regardless of who's the backup 4, is Stu.
Yeah.
Stu guards Giannis. Stu guards Cat. Like Stu, if we had Stu, like Tobias did a great job on Cat during the playoffs, like admirable. But if we had Stu, it would have been Stu. So, you know, it's just, I think it's just like a lack of like, but he's, you know, he's even got size. So like, I'm down with it. I wouldn't hate a Trey Lyles. I wouldn't hate a Chris Boucher. Like, these are guys who can play defense. They can spread the floor. Like, injuries are going to happen.
Yes.
I also don't think either of those guys have like huge minutes expectations.
Right.
And my thing with Bobby, and I'm not saying those guys are lightning quick, I just think he's a little slow. Yeah. Like, I think he's a little slow footed, but and I'm not like fully convinced that he can like Lyles, sorry, I'm loving all the Pistons legend Trey Lyles talk.
Hey, no, let's pull up some of the chat, right? Like, Asar's more prepared to guard forwards to be a weak side shot blocker. LeVert and Ron will have to take point of attack reps if Tobias misses time. Mark Carey says, my opinion is Bobby is your power forward 3, Asar and Ron, even occasionally Stu, share your backup for 18-15 minutes. Lyles is a lot better than Bobby right now. You know, Dwayne Casey would agree, Mark. Chris Boucher is definitely currently a better NBA player than Bobby, but he's also 32, so he should be.
Yep.
That's my thing with those guys. They're old, and that's their ceiling. So there's no development with them. Right. We don't know what they're good. We know they're fine. So would I give them a roster spot? Absolutely, as insurance, but I wouldn't play them as my backup power forward because I want to see what Bobi Klintman has, right? Like, my question is, how detrimental, like, what's the drop-off in what's going to happen as far as, like, on-court outcome if Trey Lyles is on the floor or if Bobi Klintman's on the floor? A point, 2 points, maybe, like, in that 10 minutes? Who knows? And if Bobby's, like, a nightmare out there, then we know. And then you don't have to play him. Then you have Chris Boucher or you have Trey Lyles out there, and like that's fine.
It's just the what if Tobias gets hurt thing, because in the games that Tobias was out, it was rough. It was really like I was blown away when Cade was missing some time early on. Like, Asar kind of stepped into that role.
He did.
Because I think, was Ivy already hurt then?
Ivy was already hurt then. And they also did like a lot of, I mean, in the Philly game, it was Asar. Asar was doing like a lot of ball handling. Now you have way more options. Now it's like Karras can do it. Ivy can do it. Ron and Asar can do it. They were doing more by committee too, and I think that's the game plan. It seemed like a lot of, and like on top of that, Duncan Robinson is a good passer. Like he's a good passer as well. I think what Trajan was trying to do was like get ball handlers, get scores, get size, and get people who aren't live. I've seen some people say like
dribble pass, insert
whatever.
Something else.
Yeah. I've seen some people say like Detroit got a little worse defensively because Beasley was a good defender. Did they watch the Pistons last year?
Who said that? And I loved Beasley on this team. But...
I do too, but like THJ and Beasley were not good defenders.
No, they were
like,
not.
Just like straight up, they tried. I respect
Beasley gets steals and THJ draws charges.
Right.
That's pretty much it.
Right. So like Levert's an upgrade there. Robinson
Certainly.
is a wash there, and
Sure.
like friggin' whatever. I could care less about the rest of it. So I would love to have Lyles or Boucher on the team as insurance, as it would be. But like as far as being that worried about if Tobias is injured, it's gonna be Ron. Ron is gonna move up to the starting lineup. That we're seeing that already.
Yeah.
So I'm not super worried about the whole thing. Beasley and THA tried. That's it. Stu guarding good power forward. For sure, that's the case. There's also a chance Bobby can be a plus defender if he bulks up and improves. That's what I'm saying. Is like give him the NBA minutes to see if he can improve. Get him out there with players he's from, and to build some chemistry with these players, because so much of defense is also communication. It's listening to your teammates, knowing where to be, knowing when to switch, when someone's coming off the screen, when someone's going behind your back and stuff like that. The Pistons were getting better at that at the end of last year, and that's why their defense got better. That's why the team as a whole got better. Trajan Langdon, in his first presser at the end of this season, said, continuity 6 times. I mean, maybe not 6, but at least 3. He kept saying continuity, and that's what is going to fix the defense on this team, and that's what's important for these players. We've heard people say like, oh, it's just a mentality. It's not just a mentality, but it is a big mentality swing.
Well, yeah, and you saw what JB brought out of players who were known as bad defenders. Like JD really turned it around. Like it wasn't immediate, and even Ivy like finding like little ways where he could change like the offensive rebounds that he was getting and blocks, like you know, even if he gets beat, like he can recover, like
recovery blocks.
And not every, like you said, like, and like other people have said, like a lot of times defense is effort, you know, but either way it was part of the culture. And there's you drafted Bobby, let's see what he can do. But I wonder what we're gonna do with these 2 roster slots still. And like I've heard that the trade exception, the $14 million, like we can't get that unless we trade. Right, like that can't just be like a free agent. Like so, we would then we'd be over the cap, but we'd have that $14 million trade exception.
Right.
To question mark at the deadline,
which
or
at this point is a good player.
Totally,
14 million is a good player.
Yeah.
So like, you got to see like what need you really have at this point. I don't know if backup power forward is the biggest need. I don't know. I truly don't know. Maybe it is. I don't feel like backup point guard is the biggest need, because let's transition into another player here. Daniss Jenkins looks
Jenk's open, baby. Like, nothing janky about Jenkins.
No, man. He looked so in control, so like he looked way comfortable on the court all the time. His stroke is better. His drives, his keeping people in jail, his setting players up, throwing lobs, defense. It's all looking real nice for Daniss. So much that I'm at the point, Mickey, where I'm like, PG3, that's fine with me. Super fine with me. How do you feel about Daniss? Give me your Daniss impression.
I'm very impressed. That's my impression, is I'm super impressed. I remember feeling this way in Summer League last year of just like, shit, if he's our break glass in case of emergency point, and he got no minutes.
Yeah.
But we were talking about this, and I'm interested in what the chat thinks. Positionally and just depth-wise, I think that there's a chance Daniss could bump his buddy Sasser out of the rotation, or potentially be a equal, if not better than, option, because I think he's a better passer. Like, I think he's more of a point guard, and he was looking wet in summer league.
Yeah.
And if he can shoot as well as Sasser, which I'm not saying he necessarily can, but
He can't.
He can't.
He can't.
But if he can shoot almost as well as Sasser,
I don't think he can.
Sasser's splits are nuts.
His splits are
Sasser's
crazy.
splits are crazy, even across like so few minutes. But if he can shoot well and pass better, and by the way, I actually don't think Sasser had a ton of turnovers. I don't think it was like egregious.
He's not a turnover prone guy.
But Daniss is also good on D. I mean, look, maybe this is just like a G League guy, because you also have to remember, like, Pistons legend Saban Lee was tearing up the G League. He was like G League MVP or something. So small guards, Pistons legend.
Catching the vapors.
Remember when he was part of the original core four?
Yeah, he
was part of the.
Oh my god!
Shout out to Daniss. All right, we got some stuff in the chat. Give Daniss a real contract as PG3, says Mark. What does he got to say?
Daniss is a very, very good G League player. He struggles to beat Summer League and G League players off the dribble. Don't forget that Sasser dropped 40 in the Summer League. Sasser did, and Sasser also dropped 25 on the Milwaukee Bucks his rookie year in like a heater. Sasser has been able to put up points in games in the pros, no problem. I believe after 2 years with Daniss in like his 1 year in the G League and coming up to be we're talking about PG3, right? We're just talking about fill in, set the table, don't turn the ball over, give guys shots. When we're nitpicking roles like this, we're not gonna get like some stud to be here. It's just, is the player flawed? Are they not like? We're not even talking backup point guard.
Yeah.
Like there's room for this there's room for you to have some flaws and to be like not the most explosive player. So I want to counter your Sasser call as far as like off the roster. I don't think he knocks Sasser off the roster because I think they play different positions. I think Sasser's a shooting guard that they were forcing into a point guard position. If he plays shooting guard, that's to his strength. And he can be an absolute smoke show out there. Like, he can light it up. We've seen it too many times for him to be like just a throwaway piece. As a small guy who plays good defense, who doesn't turn the ball over all that much, and who did get some reps as point guard. Daniss is a very different type of player, but I think a very critical type of player in what the Pistons are missing right now.
I hear that, and Mark clearly agrees. So that means Chaz gets no run this season?
Yeah, let's transition to Chaz.
Because my point was just like, we've got shooting guards. Like, we need a point guard 3. We don't need a shooting guard 5 or something. But we've got a lot of combo guards, so it's a little like positionless, and that's part of the stuff with Bobi too, is that like positionless basketball. I get it, but a lot of the chat's saying like, with Ivy healthy, like none of these guys get minutes.
Exactly.
This is all just like break glass in case of emergency type guys.
But
so
like, even with Sasser, when he had to play minutes, I didn't feel bad last year. I was like, good, get this kid in. Like, let him throw the flames. Like, that's great. And I kind of
microwave style guy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel that way about like Daniss as well. Like, that if he has to play, I'm not worried about it. Like, that's fine as far as stuff goes. With Bobi, again, it's more, I want to see what he looks like in the pros because that position is so thin compared to the rest of them. And since we're transitioning to Chaz Lanier, you're right, he's way deeper down the depth chart than I thought. And his summer league has been like a little bit rough, to be fair, which is fine. Like, most players, Pistons wise, have not had like awesome summer leagues.
Yeah.
Like that Ron's first summer league, I was like, I guess this is okay. And Lanier, it's like, I'm seeing him shoot quickly and get to his spots, and he's like trying on defense. He's a second round pick, like he's a second round pick in the age of NIL, so I wasn't expecting like extreme things from him. Just get the shot up. If he's playing G League and he's getting a ton of shots up and the shot's looking good, maybe he develops like or not develops, but maybe he's also showing off like 2 levels of scoring and the defense improves a little bit. Awesome.
Right.
Then when Sasser's deal comes around, then you have a question. It's like, is Sasser our guy or is Jenkins our guy for this position? Right? Like, those are the two I think are fighting for minutes at this point.
Yeah.
Or a role on the team in the future. How have you felt about Chaz?
I mean, yeah, like you said, like a good summer league does not a great career, like rookie season even make. Like, it's not necessarily indicative. The defense is a little better than I thought.
Yeah.
Like, he gets steals, and he's bigger than these guys. He's 6'4", right?
Mm-hmm,
So that's interesting to me. but he's like kind of the one thing. He's a volume shooter, and if you're a volume shooter, you need to shoot well on volume.
Yes.
Like he's putting up like supposed to be putting up like Malik style numbers. Like he's like that sort of, that's his player comp.
Right.
Like so
same size,
Yeah.
like same style
Same-
of play.
yeah.
Like it makes perfect sense. And the stroke is beautiful. Like I know the percentage wasn't great in Summer League. Number one YouTube user says, I'm not worried at all about Chaz after Summer League. He's a guy who needs to have shots created for him. Super true. That's not how Summer League works, and players like Chaz don't show out. And Mark says, we can't count Ron as both a shooting guard and power forward. He and Asar are mostly interchangeable, small forward, like the 3-4 wings. Ivy, Duncan, shooting guard. Chaz maybe sniffs the NBA before the trade deadline if he blows up in the G League. But that's what we need to see.
Right.
He's going to be in the G League. We just need to see him show out like crazy, and he's going to have all the opportunity in the world.
the release is nice.
It's
so
nice.
quick.
It's so nice. And his point guard from Tennessee is on the team with him, Zakai Ziegler.
Yeah.
But sorry if I mispronounced the first name, but like he fucking balled out today. I know he's getting his fourth summer league game, but he was throwing lobs. He had this lob that ended up in a left-hand slam for a player whose last name I'm forgetting already, but it was like unbelievable. The announcer's like, "Oh my god!"
Was it Garcia?
No, it wasn't Garcia, who also had a very nice game. I'm actually interested in Garcia as well. I want to see how that guy looks. The shot looks good.
Yeah.
So I think he had either 2 or 3 threes today, so that's good for me.
2 for 2 from 3.
Good,
Says Omari.
At one point, that was at one point. That was in the first half of the game.
Okay.
But like, if you have a point guard who knows how you play, who's getting you shots, and if the coaches, and I know the coaches are telling him this Brooks, thank you very much. It was Brooks. If your game plan is get in motion, get shots, take off, not ball in your hand, not create stuff for yourself, but get open, get those shots and fire them off, I'll be in heaven. Because that's what we want to see from this guy. And it's so nice that we have this opportunity we were saying last year, it's nice that Ron doesn't have to start to get his development.
Right.
And now we're like,
he's the first like lottery pick that's actually like had the chance to slowly develop. And
Right.
it seems to be like, yeah, let him knock on that door himself without being like, all right, here's the offense.
Right.
Good luck.
and now with Chaz, we're getting the opportunity in G League. Like, you have this chance to like operate in G League, see what that looks like. We have a plan for you. We like you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what you can do. In the meantime, we have all these guys that already filled that role. That's sick. Like,
Yeah.
it's just nice to have. So the shooting, whatever, like, let's just see how it all goes. Let's watch this kid develop over time.
Yeah, no, and again, good to be in a low pressure environment. Are there any other summer league guys that grabbed your attention?
I mean,
Tolu Smith.
Shout out
anyone?
Tolu Smith.
Yeah.
He's a hell of a G League player. Like, I think he's good. I don't know if he's an NBA player, just because like size, it's tough. But he's looked good. Like,
Yeah.
shout out to
Good
him.
Daniss connection too.
Yeah, good Daniss connection. Other than that, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I think our G League team, our Summer League team, 2 G League team looked good. And they looked like they had the right mindset. Looked like the coach had a great had a great plan for the team. It was like really getting these guys locked in. So what the Summer League told me overall with all these other players is our organization's in a great place.
Yeah.
They're all in the same. They're all on the same wavelength. They all have a plan. They're all sticking to that plan, and it's one vision, and it's very positive, and it's very defense heavy, and that's super friggin' exciting.
Yeah, you brought it up, but like seeing the culture bleed from the regular squad to the G League squad was just like so cool, and it was right out of the gate.
Yeah.
And like, you know, sometimes like depending on whatever, like summer league teams aren't even like really getting into sets. Like they felt like they really like embodied that identity, whether they like showed out or not.
Yeah, absolutely. Mark thinks that Tolu could be a third center if we moved B-Ball Paul. I mean, we just signed B-Ball to like a 2-year deal. I think they really like him. I love what Paul brings to the table, especially at that price. I mean, I know it seemed like a lot for a third center, but like look at third centers all around the league. They're at that price.
And then also he like took nothing last season.
Right.
Like that was a classy move on his part, and it's not flashy. It's not a sexy signing, but it's like his stocks are really good.
He's
his per
disruptive,
36 numbers are crazy, and like you'll blink and he'll have like 6 and 6.
Yeah.
But also you'll blink and he'll have like 3 fouls.
Right.
So
right.
you know it's third big stuff. It's third big stuff. But I mean, yeah, he can take a midi sometimes, and the announcers are gonna comment on how atrocious it looks, but it might go in.
The way they talk about his shot is the exact opposite that they talk about Duran's body. Like,
Right.
It's the 100%
Right.
inverse.
Like, oh, he has a particular way of doing that.
Rippling jump shot.
Yeah.
Not in a good way. But the depth of this team, it feels like not 2 years ago we were talking about just salivating over other teams' two-way contracts. And now our G League players were like, yeah, this is great. They're never going to see the light of day, but they're doing pretty friggin' solid. And I love the direction this team is headed. And I think this gives us the opportunity to start talking about like where they are in the East. Because I know there's been so much talk about like, oh my God, the Cavs are still like mighty, mighty, mighty. And look at all the work Atlanta did. They got Non, they got Kristaps. They're going crazy with their signings. And the Magic got Des Bane and they got Tyus Jones, and they're just...
That actually freaks me out.
Yeah, I know you're freaked out about it.
That actually freaks me out.
I want to see how it all plays together. I just want to see how it all goes together. I love the moves that those teams did. I think that's great. But I have to reiterate, like, if Detroit played the way they did for the last third of the season last year, all season, they would not have been the 6th seed. That was a good team. And...
Without Ivy, and yeah,
I know I coughed in your general direction there. I went behind.
It's all good.
I'm so sorry.
He was very courteous. He went over.
I coughed on a star. But I
apologize.
I was gonna cut this out of the podcast at the whatever minute mark. This whole thing is.
It's staying in.
It's not. No, I'm cutting this out.
The cough stays in the picture.
At the 53-minute mark. But I had to say it aloud, so I'll remember it. But I just think this team has gotten better. They certainly didn't get worse.
Yes.
They've got better. They maintain shooting. I talked to one of my friends about this, who was saying that like we're never gonna get that shoot. Like Robinson is not the same level of shooter Malik was. Let me tell you something. Malik Beasley's best 3-point shooting season before he was on the Pistons, he shot 243s. He made 243s once and never like came close to sniffing that again. Duncan Robinson has a 270 and a 250 under his belt already, with no point guards to speak of, right? Like, it's not the same style of basketball. And yeah, I know Bam was getting him the ball, but Jalen Duren's a damn good passer for a center as well. And Isaiah Stewart's a great screen setter. Like, this is an opportunity for him. So I just think that this team has the opportunity to be even better than they were last year. They are also a second year into continuity, right? Like, if we're talking about the Magic and the Hawks, there's a lot of change there they have to figure out, and like we really don't know what Nas is going to look like.
They had injuries last season too. Even their like core before Desmond came. I just like the positional fit so much. Of like, I think if they had gotten just Tyus, that would have been a really nice signing. But to get Tyus and Desmond, oof, that's pretty nice. I like that more than I like the Hawks moves.
I agree.
Like just to be like, okay, a couple teams got better. Who am I actually kind of scared of? Because the Magic were tough last season just on their face.
Yes.
Like, they were just already scrappy and capable of a lot. But now I think they make more sense.
Let's just focus on the Magic situation, because they moved all their future first round picks for Des Bane. Right?
Yeah, they added a pick. Like, we're talking about, like, we don't know who in our young core, like what sort of addition. Like, it wasn't Nah. Like, we still have questions to answer before we add, like, a good young player. Like, obviously, like, a Triple J would have been, like, the dream. But like, that's not there.
No.
So, but, yeah, to their credit, they did a chip shove on the guy that they felt like made the most sense.
Right. And they like that. But they've got... So now I got Paolo, who's maxed out. They've got...
To your point, though, all the picks.
All the picks are gone. Franz, who's, like, making mad money. They've got Bane, who's got an expensive contract. They have... oh my God, who's the guy who went in the K draft? He went number 5, defensive dude out of Gonzaga.
Suggs,
Jalen Suggs. I was like, it's not Jugs, it's Suggs.
No, it's not.
I knew the J Suggs. So their team is like, it's like that. This is what their team is like. Is Cade better than every player on the Magic?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
If Ron keeps developing, like if the shot is real and he's got this size, he plays with this defensive intensity, and if Duren stays this good, and if Ivy plays great, you still have this like a Sar defensive menace. The Pistons theoretically could be better than the Magic with more future. with all their picks going forward. So maybe this year they're not better. Right. But they have the opportunity if people develop properly.
The size worries me. Like the
size worries 6'6", 6'9", 6'6", 6'4", 6'11".
Of the Magic.
This is the Pistons starting lineup that I'm talking about.
No, I know.
That size. Yeah. What's the size we're talking about on the Magic? Like, so their center is who?
Wendell Carter Jr.
Is he their starting center?
Probably. But he can space.
Kind of. He didn't last year well. The shooting percentage wasn't there. It's theoretical.
But you've got the Paolo, Franz, Wendell, Suggs. What is he, 6'4"?
I think 6'4". So he's Ivy size.
Yeah. But he's a dogged defender. He's like all defense guy.
Yeah. And Asar is all defense guy, and he's bigger.
Oh, and their bench is big too. Do they still have Jonathan Isaac?
They still have Jonathan Isaac. They're a sizable team.
I'm just saying that's given us problems in the past, and I think but you're right. They don't have the continuity. They're gonna have to. They're not, but they're also improving.
They're also improving. So Wendell Carter Jr. and Goga
too.
Their bigs are good. They're a good big team. I'm just saying Detroit is also a big team, and they got bigger. The only thing Detroit doesn't have as far as size goes is a 7-footer, I think.
Big centers, yeah.
Right? But I guess my question is, would you rather have a 7-foot backup center or Isaiah Stewart as your backup center?
There's no question.
It's Isaiah Stewart.
Isaiah Stewart's untouchable.
I saw, by the way, I saw on NBA Reddit, people were talking about trading Vooch for Isaiah Stewart, and they're like, yeah, but if you traded for Isaiah Stewart, they'd also have to send over a first-round pick to get Vooch. And I was like, I would never trade Isaiah Stewart for Vooch. Like, not in a million years. It's so crazy to think that, people think that.
That was Reddit?
That was on Reddit.
Is that NBA Circle Jerk? What was that?
I think it was just like the NBA Reddit. But it's like just the amount of people who clearly are not watching the Pistons, who have no understanding of what Isaiah Stewart is.
Disrespect in the mainstream, NBA sphere is insane.
It's crazy.
And by the way, I will cop to the fact that, in past years, I'm like, I don't know about the hands. I don't know about this stuff. This past season, between the past couple seasons where he's learned to space and also just learned to be a down low big and just be the
finish of the rim, dude.
The finishing got so much better, and the rim protection is just the pride that he took. I don't know, a lot of players have thrived under J.B., but I feel like he really found his he was always one of the hearts of the team, but yeah, it's different now.
It feels like JB is I know exactly what Isaiah Stewart is, and I'm going to give him that role. I think JB is so phenomenal at figuring out what people's appropriate role is and convincing them to take on that role. It's just been it's been magnificent.
Yeah.
So I get that they're big, and I get that they're good this year, but I don't think the Pistons are that much worse. If at all worse, they have the better.
It could be a 3-4 situation,
right? It could be a 2-3 situation.
But the Cavs are going to be good still.
I think Cavs are probably number 1. But then 2, 3. Who we talk about here? Boston's not going to be number 2. Indiana's not going to be number 2. Are the Knicks? What if the Knicks got better? They got Yabusele and Jordan Clarkson, right? But does that make you?
They have a new coach too, which we don't know if that's good or bad yet.
It's good. It's probably
better than 2. Yeah,
it's probably good. Yeah. But they don't seem. It's not like they have young players who can get better. They have old players.
They have Deuce and they have.
So they have a backup player.
Kolik. Yeah.
What I'm saying is there are no young potential stars on that team to improve. Right? We know who this person is, and some of those persons are older at this point. So who knows how it's going to be? And they're exposed. And when we're talking about the Hawks and we're talking about the Knicks, they both have a 6' to 6'2". But how tall is Brunson? Is he 6 feet tall?
I think 6'2", 6'1". Yeah.
So 6'1", 6'2". They both have minuscule point guards who are defensive liabilities. There's just no other way around it. And Detroit is not a team that's like that. They don't have defensive liabilities size-wise that have to demand a lot of minutes. It's just not going to happen.
Right.
So when I'm thinking about the future of the East, I think Detroit's right there in contention. They already showed that they're dogs in the playoff without Ivy, without Beef Stew, with Beasley shooting pretty poorly, with Cade being exhausted, right? It's with Ron not being developed yet. So I think the internal development is already showing up on this team.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's summer league, but Ron just looks so good. He looks so good. And like, it doesn't matter if is a 3-point shot in summer league any different than a 3-point shot in the NBA?
Well, there were some contested shots,
Yes.
motion shots. Like, no, I actually think that's a really good point. That like of all the things that you kind of can overreact to, like the 3-point shooting. Just let me, please.
Yes.
Just let me overreact to it. Like, that's the one thing I want to get really excited about with Ron.
If his 3-point shooting's there, this team is a scary ass fucking team. If Ivy is back and his 3-point shooting's there, this team is a scary ass fucking team.
And who's better at feeding 3-point shooters than Cade?
Nobody.
He's that guy.
Legitimately nobody. So am I worried about, I know I've said this 2 podcasts in a row, asking yourself a question, giving the answer, I hate it. I'm not worried about the Pistons and their seeding this year. It could be 6, it could be 3, as far as I know. And I mean, you could tell me they could be first, and I wouldn't be like, that's crazy. But I mean, I would be surprised, but it wouldn't be crazy to me. But what I'm really excited about is this team they're in a better place for the long run than literally any other team in the East at this point. They have the best young core, and they have all their draft picks, and they're not an expensive team. They don't have any big contracts hampering them down. In fact, they have some very affordable contracts on this current team. And like you said, they have a guy who's feeding everybody. Who wouldn't want to play with Cade Cunningham? Literally everybody should.
Well, and they've got flexibility, unlike, other teams where, like, all right, we brought in Nah, like, Nah's part of the core now. Like, it's like, all right, cool. But, like, if we need, Karras is movable, like, other guys are movable. Like, it's exciting. And I do think, by the way, like, I'm shocked. You're talking about, like, the future of teams and, like, how ours is one of the brightest in the East. And I think that's true. I'm really shocked that the Pacers let Miles Turner walk. I know he wasn't great in the finals, but I do think he was really important to what they do. Like, but I was also going to say, I wouldn't be surprised if the Celtics or the Pacers kind of surprise you next season. And like, and the drop off isn't as bad as you think. Maybe they're not like the 1-2 seed, but they're still like a lot to handle, like particularly Boston.
Yes, I agree. They still have good players. Like,
I think Jaylen Brown is going to have a really good season. I think Derek White, I mean, like, it's an interesting question. Would be interested what the chat thinks. Will Jason Tatum being removed be good or bad? Because like part of what's so dangerous about the Celtics is that like there's so many great players that like Derek White gets wide open looks.
Right.
Like Jaylen Brown can like drive, and I don't know. I can see Jaylen Brown thriving, and I can see Derek White with more focus on him like going down a little bit.
Yes, I agree.
The gravity is shifted is what I'm trying to say.
It has shifted, but they're still proven studs.
Yeah.
Right? They're still amazing players. And like Indiana was just in the finals. It's not like they tore the team down. They lost Halliburton, that's gonna hurt a lot. But like the depth of that team is awesome.
Is it irrational that I'm not like super scared of the Hawks still?
No.
Should I be scareder of the Hawks than I am? Because
more scared?
I said what I said. Keep it. It stays in the pot. But should I be more frightened? Because the Kristaps thing, if he plays, great.
But if not,
massive problem. I don't think Okongwu is enough. Like at the 5.
Okongwu got blocked by Cade, and like Cade owns Okongwu
for the game.
That's your center.
Yeah. And I love Jalen Johnson. Injuries are a thing. I love Dyson Daniels.
Offense is still in question.
A little bit of a question.
He's still good.
I think Nah is a great piece, but I don't think he's like that difference maker. Like, and I know they've got some other young talent they're developing, but like I still think we're better than them.
I think we're better than them too. And like I said, they have the defensive liability point guard. Zachary Risacher, he's their young player who's growing. Jalen Johnson is their young player.
He is getting better.
Who's growing. So they have young.
I also think Trae Young is quite good.
Absolutely, I love Trae Young. We're Trae Young truthers over here, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
But I think they're a good team, and I think they have a good foundation for the future with that team as well. But I still think Detroit's better. I just do. And I know we're homers, and I know that's like the case, but Detroit has a lot of good stuff going for them, with a lot of not injury-prone players going for them, with a lot of young players with star potential. I think they have the most young player star potential remaining in the Eastern top. And like, yeah, the Bucks still have Giannis, and now Giannis has Miles Turner, but like, Miles getting older. Like
it's weird.
He's getting up there years wise. They have every Gary in the NBA on that team. They don't have Dame anymore. The threat of Dame really made them something. And it's like
the Pacers thing. Like, I'm not saying Turner's like the greatest player ever, but I feel like the makeup of that team like had some alchemy to it. That,
sure.
Like, if I were them, I would want to run it back.
Yeah.
And I like, even with the one season of Halliburton out, like, I wouldn't want to mess with that because like, they're fast and they need the spacing and they need like lots of like rangy bigs who can do lots of like, I don't know. I think trying to like rebottle that lightning is going to be difficult because it was lightning.
It was lightning. You know. On the plus side, they did re-sign James Wiseman, so they will be okay in that department.
One Achilles ruptures and another heals.
Yeah, that's right.
It's equilibrium. I wish them both the best.
For sure.
Not trying to joke around about that, but yeah, and they've got some good young talent. Like,
I agree.
I would love Obi Toppin as our backup for.
Yo,
I would love like
if they got him in the trade exception, like because I think he fits, right?
Yeah.
Like that's a
we just give them picks or something, or like
sure,
like bunch of seconds.
Bunch of seconds. I mean, it would be salary relief. I think. I mean,
they still have Jarris.
They do still have Jarris, and I think he's up for extension. Let me see what Obi's making at this point. Obi Toppin, because I think he signed a contract last year.
He looked pretty good in the postseason.
He was so excited. He's so fun. And I just want to see the East Bay slams.
And the shooting was decent.
Oh, yeah.
20 mil? Or no, 15 mil?
Yeah.
He's making Isaiah Stewart money?
Yeah. So, like, essentially, this year, 14 mil, he fits into that trade exception, right? Like,
yeah,
that's a player to target.
Yeah.
I think.
I like that.
Especially if things are going sideways for that team and, like, you get it come playoff time, like, that's so helpful. That'd be so helpful.
So just like with this in mind, like, are there any other names, like whether it's through the trade exception or just through going over the cap with those two roster slots? Are there any other players that you're interested in?
No.
Okay.
Okay. I don't really care. Like, if whatever player they get, whatever their plan is, that's fine. I just don't see the holes that are that big problem. If they get a Boucher, if they get Trey Lyles, fine, whatever. If they get
a DeLon Wright,
fine. I like DeLon. Like, I'm down with his game. Fine, whatever. If they trade for Obi Toppin, great. Honestly, great. I'll say that move, I'd be like, okay. Depending on what the trade was for, I'd be pretty.
Because that could potentially be your power forward of the future too. Like,
kind of, right?
You don't think he's 27?
He's
how old is
27 this season, so he'll be 28, 29. You get 2 years of him. I just don't think he's like super starter level. Like, he is who he is.
You're probably right,
and that's fine. I'm down with him as he is. But like, again, to me, if the starting five can be Cade, Ivy, Asar, Ron, Stu, I'm in a really good place.
God, if the shooting improves, if the shooting for Ron is real, that's really exciting.
Right? That's something. That's the defense alone is like just insane. Thinking about it. So,
dude, if Asar's shooting gets even a little better too, like,
I'm telling you, man.
First real off season. Mm-hmm. So,
and he's yoked now. Maybe that muscle will help a bunch.
That's always the principle, right? Is that helps.
I truly just want the free throw percentage to get better. If he's getting up high in the free throw percentage and him and Ron are attacking, like, whoa.
Well, that's like everyone in the starting lineup can get to the line and convert. Like, that's I trust Duren at the line. Yeah,
absolutely. Like, he was bad at the beginning of the season, and at the end of the season he was much better. So his percentage, I think, was like 67.
I thought he was good in previous seasons too.
He was. He shot 77% 2 years ago, and we've barely even touched on that. I know we talked about this when Mitch was here, but all the Duren stretch three, like the stretch from distance videos in the offseason. If Duren is actually shooting threes in the regular season and making them, I'm gonna doing the bull dance, feeling the full, like Happy Gilmore and his grandma. Happy Gilmore 2 coming out July 25th. I didn't work on it, but my buddy Connie Pierce Winters did. Shout out to her. Shout out to the movie. Happy Gilmore, to me, one of the best movies of all time. I think it's incredible. Piece of film. 86 minutes. 86 minutes long.
Perfect runtime.
It's incredible.
Perfect runtime.
Truly incredible movie. But like, imagine if he can space. If he can space.
I almost feel like we talk about it too much because. And by the way, you're making me think of just like the off season alone in the gym 3-point shooting. Like, how many Ben Simmons videos have we seen? How many Andre Drummond videos have we seen? Like, I don't get me wrong. I'm pushing the agenda. I'm just saying, we'll see.
We'll see.
But you know what I do think? I think he wants it. And
Yeah.
I'm like fully speculating or like paraphrasing what I've like heard. Like people just like, we practices that. Oh, Mitch was even saying like during like shoot around, like he gets there early and he is like practicing. Like
Right. We also heard like the rumors that Detroit was interested in a stretch big. Oh, okay. You don't think he hears those rumors?
we have the stretch big at home.
Potentially,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like if he hears that, he's like, if I do this, I'm here for good. So imagine that's what happens. If you get 4 guys who can space the floor and it doesn't even have to be a star. Like that's fucking crazy. It would really just be, I know there's a lot of ifs. I know it's a lot of hopes and a lot of dreams, but
2 words. Fred
Vincent.
Come on.
Those are 2 great works to end the podcast on.
Let's go. This was great, man. And if you liked, we forgot to plug
We
like
did.
we always
We
do.
always do.
But you know what? We got some great plug and play players in free agency, and like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, tell a friend. We had fun in the chat with y'all. It's fun chopping it up.
Today's chat was very fun.
Great.
I got to shout it out to the 3 kings.
3 kings.
3 kings,
kings.
of Short of Ontario.
No kings. Some kings.
Some
3
kings.
kings.
Just
Yeah,
our
these
3
three.
kings.
Yeah, that's all.
No orange king.
No, just the ones in the Order of the Blazing Horse chat.
Mm-hmm.
We love you. We appreciate you. What you have to say, being here.
And we also have smart chat. That's kind of what I
Yeah.
like. Is like very valid, very smart, very nice,
Cordial.
very
Cordial, yeah.
So it's such cordial chat.
Yeah.
I love our chat.
Me
I love
too.
subscribers. And Mickey, I love you, and I'm so happy you're here with me
So good.
in the office.
Thanks for having me.
Here
This is a treat.
in Oopsalani.
Yeah. Well.
Who cares? It's a big place. You want to come find me? You want to come find me? Find me on the disc
Should I
golf.
describe the house?
Of course.
It's really nice.
Yeah,
It's really,
No,
really nice.
They don't need to know that.
It's lovely.
It's all okay. I want to clarify. It's not a big house. It's a nice house. It's a nice house.
Big property.
It's a nice
Big property.
yard. The yard is super nice. That's what's up.
They've
I'll
done
shout
a
out the
really
yard.
good job. They've
Thank
done a
you.
really good job with it, and there's a lot of love and care and a lot of amazing amenities. Really, really incredible amenities.
The amenities are you make the amenities.
Was it Rose, the chicken that I held?
You held Rose.
Rose,
Yeah.
sweetie, little blonde chicken.
She's my fave.
Adorable.
Shout out to Rose. Nora was my fave, and then Nora pecked me in the eye. She's no longer my fave.
Demoted.
Yeah.
There's a pecking order, you might say.
I wonder where the term came from.
I don't know.
But
I don't know.
Anyway, thank you so much for joining us on the show. And we end the show the same way we do literally every time we do it, because it's how a horse would talk if they just read the acronym aloud. So I've been Harry.
And I'm Mickey.